take some time, gonna make her mine, gonna make her mine.
I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
I'm the man, I got the plan. When it hits the fan, do all I can, do all I can.
All right, so I want to talk about some rarity of cars, right? You say, well, Tone, what does that mean, rarity of cars? Is it rare because the color? Is it rare because the engine? Is it rare because of how many were built? Well, I'd say it's rare on all counts. Think about this for a second. These right here are the gentleman's muscle cars, right? They ride nicer than a Chevelle. Sorry for Chevelle owners, don't be mad, don't be haters. They ride nicer, they make a ton of power, a lot of torque, like that kind of power, like instant train kind of power. And then they're nicer inside. They just are. That's what happened. Is what you did is when you, back in the day, you bought a Chevrolet and then you worked your way up through the model lines, all the way from, all the way up to Cadillac, right? These were luxury cars, but they were also muscle performance cars too. And this is a perfect example of that. So imagine they built around 130,000 of these cars in 1968, right? Less than or let's say right around 2,000 of them were GS convertibles. How many were red and black? Maybe a quarter of those, maybe 30%. And then, so we're down to, say, 600 cars, 500 cars. How many are left, right? Is there 200 of these left that are matching numbers, original cars? This is a super rare, super exotic muscle car. I wanted you to hear those stats and those numbers because sometimes people don't break them down and let you know that. So, this has just come here. We're just finishing up some of the restoration part of it, and you can have a little hand in it. I'll tell you a couple of things that you can change along the way if you decide to do that. Let's get started. All right, so I'd like to talk about paint, but I also like to talk about things that you can do yourself if you want to. We're just finishing up the restoration of this car, and you could have your hand in making a couple changes if you wanted to. So for instance, because those are great looking factory Buick rallies, instead of doing white letters, you could do red lines, right? We could put red lines on this car, which would be a little bit more period correct. However, some people like the white letters, some people like red lines, and that's why I'm giving you that opportunity right now to check that out. But most importantly is that this is an original R-coded car, meaning that it was from the factory. It's a Scarlet red car, and they say in the car business, I've heard this before, is it's called resale red, where brown cars typically stayed around a little bit longer. That's no hate against brown cars because some of them look great, but red cars, performance oriented, more stylish, things like that, and that's exactly what we have here. Another reason why it's a collector car. Lastly, I like to talk about paint. What I want you to do, instead of looking at the paint, I want you to look in the paint. You say, Tom, what do you mean don't look at the paint, but in the paint? It's what I'm confused. What's happening here? And I'll tell you what's happening here is we're going to learn something today. When you look at paint, when you look at really good paint, look what's in the paint, meaning look at the ceiling, look at the stars, look at the letters, look at your watch. Don't look at the shininess of the overall paint. You want to go farther, and that's a professional look at paint. So the thing I like to do here is I bring this right here, and I ask you to come up here, and if you can read those letters nice and crisp like they are, okay? Then you know you have really shiny paint. You go to a Cars and Coffee, you pull in, it looks great. You go at the night, it looks great. In this harsh lights of the showroom, it just glows inside here, and I think you're really going to like it. All right, so we have two types of clients that come here all the time. Ones that just want a cool car to drive, go to work, go to winery, go to brewery, go, it doesn't have to be alcohol. Could be dinner, right? Go out with some friends, kids, whatever. And there's some other people that would like to do the same, but they'd also like to go to some car shows, Cars and Coffee and things like that. Well, I think that what we try to do is give you a car that you can present tomorrow, meaning that you don't have to go and do a lot of work to it. You can get in the car, enjoy it, go there, and show off the detail here of under the hood at that place. And you can say also, too, for instance, one of the things we forget to ask about is features on cars, because today's modern car has that. So this car has power brakes. These old cars did not all come with that. Power steering. This car has it. Old cars did not come with that, right? This has factory air conditioning that works. It's cold air conditioning that works, right? This is 2025. We're doing this video. This is almost 60 years old that all this stuff's been rebuilt, refurbished, and all that good stuff. Detailed, painted, correct emblems, all these kind of cool things that make for a really cool car. GM hoses. Also, too, we have pictures of the stampings of the engine and transmission, showing them to be matching numbers, which is really cool. So anyway, I think you'd be super proud opening the hood here. It looks great. I love the fact that Buick paints its engines red, and Chevrolet was doing orange. Like, everybody has their different flavors. Pontiacs were blue. And again, it's great, and it's great looking. All right, so the Buicks were just styled more elegantly, right? When you look inside here, this is a much nicer interior than some of the maybe Chevys and Pontiacs. Not that I'm knocking those cars because I love them as well, but what you're getting here is a luxury car, right? Stylish back here, the bumper's so cool with the taillights that are in there, and then inside here, this is detailed, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, it's painted in here. It has jacking instructions. It has a full-size spare and a jack. You say, Tone, isn't every car have that? And I say, no. You know why? Because 99% of the cars that come here don't have that in him. And this is nice to see that here. The trunk has been splatter coated by us, painted properly. It has the correct tartan trunk mat in it, right? And so if you wanted to go to a car show, it looks great. However, the best part of it is if you just wanted to go away for the weekend, you could put luggage in here. Somebody did in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Somebody used it as a regular car. How cool is that? That you can throw some bags in here, go away, enjoy it if you want to. It's got air conditioning in case it gets too hot, and a great ride, plenty of power, right? And just a cool, cool car. All right, so you're walking up to your cool muscle car and you go, that's a nice looking car. You're like, yeah, that's my car. That's very nice. Well, the truth of the matter is most people are going to see this part of the car. You're not going to see it as much. You're going to see the stuff that's inside, and that's what I want to spend a second talking about. And come on in here, because do you hear that annoying noise? That's a good noise. Why? Because that means that somebody spent the time to restore the key-in buzzer, right? And then also, too, the footwell lighting is working in the back and the front here. You know what? You say, well, Tone, isn't that all supposed to work? Isn't it supposed to do what it's supposed to do? And I say, you know what? You're right, it's supposed to, but 99% of them, they don't work, right? Because why? Because people are not willing to put in the extra effort to do all that. They just aren't. And then you got nice gauges here. You have a beautiful dash that looks luxurious. This has the original AM radio in here. If you want to, we can also install an AM FM hidden CD sound system inside the glove box there. And lastly, if you want, a couple options here too. We were talking about this. We can also put a console, factory console in here with the shifter down here, correct the steering column, and turn this into a buckets and console shifter car if you want, or we could just put a console here and leave the shifter there. Any of those kinds of things are an option, and they're nice because we can do that here for you, and I think that that's one of the best places that you can get a car is the people that can also make it your own. All right, you want to hear what the rumble of the big GS400 sounds like? Let's check it out. How you doing? Nothing better, man, than driving a muscle car on a fabulous day. Summer, winter, it doesn't really matter because this has heat and air conditioning to fix all the climate issues you might be encountering where you live. And then just, I don't know, man, it's hard to explain it. Like, when you get out of work and you get in this car and it's not your daily driver, even though you may have a cool daily driver, they don't make a rumble like that while you're just cruising along. Like, this just has a muscle car sound, and it goes around the corners and it rides so nice, and I could take some people with me, and I don't want to keep talking about going to a brewery or a winery because then it's all about alcohol, so maybe we talk about going out for dinner, and we just enjoy our time, man. It's just a great, great time. You know, part of also too of these cars is therapy, man. It's therapeutic. I'm thanking you for letting me get out of work today, get out for a drive for a minute in the chaos. You know, oh, Tone, you work in the most amazing place. Agreed. But, you know, with every place, there's always something going on. And if you love what you do and you care about what you do, you're immersed in everything. And today, I'm immersed in hanging out with you, which is the best day ever, right? I'm just going for a drive. The weather's fabulous. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to ramble because you just want to hear the car. So I'm going to be quiet and just say thank you for riding with me today. Thank you for the therapy. This car makes so much power, it like coasts wherever. I haven't even touched the gas. We came up on this person here and we haven't even touched the gas yet. Anyway, I hope you had a great time in the drive. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. That helps get our message out. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. Maybe share it with your friends too. They might see some stuff that they like. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, so we talked about a lot. We went on a great test drive. It was a beautiful day, beautiful drive. Then we went down a whole list of so much stuff, like original color-coded Scarlet red paint, the original black bucket seat interior, factory air-conditioned car, power steering, power brakes car, right? Power top, like all of these things that made for a luxury car, and the interior and the ride and whatever. It's just a great, you step on the gas and this thing goes, man. It is really, I just tell you, in the world of muscle cars, it's a car that's starting to move up the fastest as these increase in value. Get in on the ground floor while you can. There's not a lot of these left. It is a wonderful, wonderful car.